Hi, and I'm Amber at Let It Heal, and I'm going to talk to you today about passively releasing the psoas muscle. If you don't want to listen to the instruction, just go ahead and forward the video to the 2-minute mark. We're going to talk about the psoas muscle because it is a big culprit in lower back pain. It's a major muscle. It's buried really deep underneath a bunch of other muscles, and it hooks on to your lower back vertebrae, the little spiny processes that stick out of your spine. They're actually stabilized by the psoas muscle. It also runs through into the groin area where it teams up with the iliacus muscle, becoming the iliopsoas, and it pokes out a little bit there in the groin area, but for the most part, it's buried and we can't really get to it. So it's a tough one to treat, and just think of how important it is for stabilizing your back and how much it hurts if it seizes up. So if you're in that situation, this is going to help you to release it without doing much. Because let's face it, if your psoas is seized up, you can't do much. So we do see a lot of people in our clinic for lower back pain and sciatica. We have to narrow it down though. We have to figure out who's the culprit. So if it's the psoas, we quite often see also pain in the groin or someone that can't lay flat while their legs are straight. They always need to bend their legs when they're laying down on their back, or maybe they can't stand straight. And we see this in people who sit down a lot, people with office jobs. Also, if there's one side of the psoas contracted, we'll quite often see hips tilted to one side, which can make it look like there's leg length discrepancy when there isn't really, or disc issues, herniated discs. And this is something that are quite common in, if someone's having sciatica, it could be a disc issue. Think about it. Let's look here. We've got bone disc, bone disc. If the psoas isn't stabilizing those bones, the discs don't have a proper home. So with all of that in mind, this now gives you a little information about how it's so important to make sure our psoas is happy. And I'm going to show you how to help release it without doing too much at all. Now you need somewhere comfortable to lay. I've got my yoga mat, and you're also going to need a chair. So make sure you're somewhere comfy. You're going to be here for a little while. I'm going to lay down on my yoga mat, and then I lift my legs up so that my lower legs are on the chair. And as you can see, my hips are bent to about 90 degrees, and so are my knees. So everything should be at about 90 degrees. Now, I'm going to be here for a while, so I've had my assistant throw me a pillow. I've got the remote control handy, because literally we're going to sit here for 20 minutes and just breathe. If you breathe, it will help. Make sure you're hydrated when this happens. But when you think about it, what we're doing is we're basically in the sitting position, but we're at a 90-degree tilt, right? We've just adjusted the body. So where we're seated in a chair, the psoas is going to be getting crushed because of gravity. It's, going to be kind of blocked. But if we take that position and rotate it by 90 degrees, now the psoas is happy. It's able to get all of the oxygenated blood that it needs and lymphatic fluid, and it can finally release whatever contraction is going on. So I do highly recommend that you give this a go. Do it for 20 minutes each day. You can do it for longer if you want. We just don't want your legs to go numb, or, you don't want to ever lay in any position for too long. And if you're not sure, please check with your doctor. If you want more information about Bowen treatments, get in touch with us. It's letitheal.com, and you can call us at 905-335-9355.